Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirahe Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Ruttama Bhaktir Bhavati Neshtaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Nama Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Nama Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitanscha Nama Om Viṣṇupadāya Krishna Preshthāya Bhūtale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarane Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Nama He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mudit Krishna Prabhu. Reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. We are reading from Canto 4, Chapter 7, the sacrifice performed by Dakṣa. So, yesterday we have seen Dakṣa Kshipram Bhavati Dharmatma. He rebalanced himself and really make a bounce back. Nowadays there is this series of bounce back, Vivek Bindra. This was a real bounce back by Dakṣa. Terrific bounce back. Whatever is done, he has paid the price, he suffered himself, and then he bounced back. And with Daksha's bounce back, what happened is, he began with pure consciousness, he began the sacrifice, chanting the mantras, and with chanting the mantras, there is appearance of the Supreme Lord. Right? And the Lord is being explained here. And one has to see this, that not that appearance of the Lord means here is a very special form of the Lord with 8 hands, the Lord is appearing. Shankha Chakra Gada Padma, and then there is a Dhanush Ban, and there is sword and a shield in his hand. Right? So this is what the appearance of the Lord is there. So now we come to text 20. No, this is not 20, 21. वक्षस्याधिश्रितवधूवनमालिधार हासावलोककलया रमयंश्च विश्वम् पार्श्वद्भ्रमद्व्यजनचामरराजहंस श्वेतार्कपत्रशशिना उपरि रज्यमानः. Translation?
Lord Vishnu looked extraordinarily beautiful because the goddess of fortune and a garland were situated on his chest. His face was beautifully decorated with a smiling attitude which can captivate the entire world, especially the devotees. Fans of white hair appeared on both sides of the Lord like white swans, and the white canopy overhead looked like the moon. Purport: the smiling face of Lord Vishnu is pleasing to the whole world. Not only devotees but even non devotees are attracted by such a smile. This verse nicely describes how the sun, moon, eight-petaled lotus flower, and humming black bees were represented by the fans of hair, the overhead canopy, the moving earrings on both sides of his face, and his blackish hair, all together accompanied by the conch shell, wheel, club, lotus flower, bow, arrow, shield, and sword in his hands. These presented a grand and beautiful audience for Lord Vishnu, which captivated all the demigods there, including Dakṣa and Lord Brahmā. Hare Krishna.
So this is the further description of Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu looked extraordinarily beautiful because Śrīvatsa, there is a garland which is there is situated on his chest, and his beautifully face decorated with the smiling attitude, hasavaloka, which can captivate the entire world, especially the devotees. So we have seen this, right? The Prasannavaktra, hasavaloka, the Lord is always smiling. Fans of the white hair appeared on the both sides of the Lord like the white swans, and the white canopy overhead looked like a moon. Right. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada explains that smiling face of the Lord is captivating to the whole world, including devotees and even non-devotees are captivated, attracted by such a smile. And when a devotee, when he keeps Krishna in his heart, even devotee becomes attractive to pure devotee becomes attractive even to devotees and non-devotees. Dhira, dhira, jana, priyo, priyakaram. And this, what to speak of this form of the Lord, very beautifully decorated like sun, moon, the lotus flower, the Śrīvatsa, the beautiful garland, and all together with the majestic 8 hands, 8 different weapons and paraphernalia. And it presented, Prabhupada writes here, a grand and beautiful audience of Lord Vishnu, and it captivated everyone, including Dakṣa and Lord Brahmā. Text 22. तमुपागतमालक्ष्य सर्वे सुरगुणा गणादयः प्रणेमो सहसोत्थाय ब्रह्म इंद्र त्र्यक्षनायका. Translation.
Viṣṇu was visible, Brahma and Lord Shiva, the Gandharvas, and all present there immediately offered their respectful obeisances. But it appears that Lord Brahma, what to speak of the demigods, Gandharvas, and ordinary living entities? Were you gods worship Lord Vishnu? Similarly, Gatena, Manasa, Pashya of Lord Vishnu. Thus, Lord Vishnu is worshipable by all demigods, all Gandharvas, and even Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma. Tapa Vishnu Paramam Padam Sada Pashyanti Suryaha. Vishnu is therefore the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Even though Lord Shiva was previously referred to in prayers by Lord Brahma as the Supreme, when Shiva also failed for respectful obeisances. Hare Krishna.
Tam upagata alaksha. When the Lord Vishnu came in the sight of everyone, when Lord Vishnu became visible, all the demigods, including Sarve Suraganadayaha, all other demigods, including Brahma, Indra, and Triakshanayaka. Triakshanayaka means led by Brahma, Indra, and Triaksha. Triaksha is Lord Shiva. All offered prostrated obeisances at the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada describes how Lord Vishnu is Ekale Ishvara Krishna Arasava Vritya, is the supreme personality of Godhead, and everybody is obedient servant of the Supreme Lord. And that includes Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva as well. Again, Lord Shiva is not different than Lord Viṣṇu, but he's in touch with the material nature, and that form as demigod, or that role as a devata, he takes subordination to the Supreme Lord Viṣṇu. Dhyanavastita tadgatena manasa paschanti yat surya. So Lord Viṣṇu is worshipable to all the demigods. And although previously Lord Brahma addressed Lord Shiva as Bhagavan and you are the Supreme, here Lord Shiva also fell at the lotus feet of Lord Viṣṇu to offer his respectful obeisances. Text 23. Tat tejasa hrutaruchas sanjimvas sarasvadvaja. This is a different meter. Tat tejasa hataruchah sanjimvasasadvasaha murdna dhrutanjali puta upatasthu adhokshasham. Translation.
In the presence of glaring effulgence of the bodily luster of Narayana, everyone else's luster faded away, and everyone stopped speaking. Fearful with awe and veneration, all present touched their hands to their heads and prepared to offer their prayers to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Adhokshaja.
So the powerful presence of the Supreme Lord, the Almighty Adhokshaja, the glaring effulgence of the bodily luster of Narayana, everyone else's luster faded away. The Supreme Master has arrived. Everyone stopped speaking. Fearful with awe and veneration. So this is the difference between Lord Viṣṇu and Lord Krishna, right? Fearful with awe and veneration. Vato vati madbhaya. Suryastapati madbhaya. So there is a love, and love is along with the great respect and also fear. Fear here is more as a obedience and respect, that kind of. All present touched their hands to their heads and offered their prayers at the lotus feet of Adhokshaja. Text 24. Abhyarvakavrittayo yasya mahitvamatma bhuadayah yathamati grinvanti sma kruta anugraha vigraham. Translation.
Although the mental scope of even demigods like Brahma was unable to comprehend the unlimited glories of the Supreme Lord, they were all able to perceive the transcendental form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead by His grace. Only by such grace could they offer their respectful prayers according to their different capacities. Purport: the Supreme Lord, the Personality of Godhead, is always unlimited, and His glories cannot be completely enumerated by anyone, even by a personality like Lord Brahma. It is said that Ananta, a direct incarnation of the Lord, has unlimited mouths, and with each mouth he has been trying to describe the glories of the Lord for an unlimited span of time. Yet the glories of the Lord remain unlimited, and he therefore never finishes. It is not possible for any ordinary living entity to understand or to glorify the unlimited personality of Godhead, but one can offer prayers or service to the Lord according to one's particular capacity. This capacity is increased by the service spirit. Sevan mukhehi jivhado means that the service of the Lord begins with the tongue. This refers to chanting. By chanting Hare Krishna, one begins the service of the Lord. Another function of the tongue is to taste and accept the Lord's prasad. We have to begin our service to the unlimited with the tongue and become perfect in chanting and accepting the Lord's prasad. To accept the Lord's prasad means to control the entire set of senses. The tongue is considered to be the most uncontrollable sense because it hankers for so many unwholesome eatables, thereby forcing the living entity into the dungeon of material conditional life. As the living entity transmigrates from one form of life to another, he has to eat so many abominable foodstuffs that finally there is no limit. The tongue should be engaged in chanting and in eating the Lord's prasad so that the other senses will be controlled. Chanting is the medicine and prasad is the diet. With these processes, one can begin his service, and as the service increases, the Lord reveals more and more to the devotee. But there is no limit to his glories, and there is no limit to engaging oneself in the service of the Lord.
Yes. Although, so now they wanted to glorify the Supreme Lord, but what is the scope? Although the mental scope of even Lord Brahma was unable to comprehend unlimited glories of the Supreme Lord, they were able to perceive the transcendental form of the Lord by His grace, right? By the grace of the Supreme Lord. Only by such grace they could offer respectful prayers according to their different capacities. Yathamati grananti. Yathamati means, Yathamati, as far as I can, how much we can understand, right? If you tell a beggar that Mukesh Ambani is rich, he will say, okay, that means he eats both the times, because that is the concept of a beggar, what is a rich man means, right? So we will understand the greatness of a personality only according to our own understanding and our own limitations. And here, the demigods, they were unable to comprehend. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada explains, Supreme Lord is always unlimited, and his glories are ever expanding. What to speak of Brahma, even Lord Ananta, who is incarnation of the Lord himself, with his unlimited mouths, glorifying for unlimited time, each mouth singing different glory. It is not that all the mouths are singing in chorus. No, unlimited mouths singing different glory for unlimited time, and he has not yet finished, even the fraction of a second of the glories of the Supreme Lord. And he is Ananta. And then what to speak of, the common men and even the demigods, they are thoroughly unable. But one can offer the prayers or service to the Lord according to one's particular capacity. And mark the next statement. This is the golden statement, right? Thus, the capacity is increased by service spirit. More and more we try to serve the Supreme Lord. Of course, needless to say, taking care of all our roles, all other things, even taking care of health so that we can offer the prolonged service. It's not that we do seva for 3 years so exhaustively that, the body is finished in 3 years. No, that is not the way. We can offer the prolonged. Why we take care of the body? Why we are balanced? So that we can do a prolonged service for a long time. Recently, I heard a very beautiful phrase: without haste, but without rest. Okay, one is not, in haste, but one is not resting also. Just like the planets move around the sun, it is not that they are just rushing around, but they are never stopping also, right? So without haste, without rest. And when one begins to offer service to the Supreme Lord, one's capacity will slowly increase by that service. Prabhupada writes here, Sevan mukhehi jivvadav. The glories of the Supreme Lord, the service to Supreme Lord begins with the tongue. The tongue has two functions. One is to chant, and another is to taste, to vibrate and to taste. So more one chants Hare Krishna and more one restricts oneself to prasad. Again, here the discretion is required. As per time, place, circumstances, one will make very quick advancement. Prabhupada says, now Prabhupada focuses his discussion on eating, and there is no limit to what we can eat, right? Sometimes people say, Prabhuji, I'm so foodie that, Kantimala vagara thoda baad mein, I want to taste everything. But still, when we are tasting everything, still we are tasting within limits, right? We are not tasting onion, garlic. We are not tasting non-vegetarian, no question of other kind of food and everything else. So slowly, as we progress in our age, progressively, one should have this idea of restricting towards prasad. Again, there will be, the lot of time, place, circumstances, issues will be there. But at least whatever food we get, we should offer it to the Lord and then make it into prasad. Best is to prepare for the Lord, and then that is prasad. See, one thing is prepared for the Lord, and one thing is offered for the Lord, offered to the Lord. So when you prepare and offer, that is the the highest prasad. If nothing is available and one is, then some food stuff, then we can directly offer to the Lord, and then one can take prasad. But it should be always a prasad. Srila Prabhupada says, living entity has to stop somewhere. Otherwise, when the one form after another living entity will start eating anything and everything, and this eating process also transmigrate life after life, and one can see, what the animals are eating, what different people are eating, and there is no limit. Somewhere one has to stop this. Chanting is medicine, and prasad is diet. Right. So chanting is aushadhi, prasad is pathya. And with these processes, one can begin with the service. And as the service increases, the Lord reveals himself more and more to such a sincere devotee. But again, it is impossible to have the complete revelation of the Supreme Lord. Or, even that for matter, knowledge about the Lord. And, this comes everything like Bhagavad Gita, Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, how much we can know. So we should be satisfied with being engaged in the service of the Lord, realizing that devotional service is not the knowledge quest. It is not some knowledge acquiring marathon. I heard this class, this class, this class, this sampradaya, this Prabhuji, thoda ISKCON ka bahar wale do char Prabhuji, this Baba, that Mata. Not like that. One should have, Radhesham Prabhu gives a very beautiful lecture on a topic called as respect all, listen few, follow one. Right. So we should listen a few number of people. Otherwise, there is a chance, even within the realm of devotional service, one may be, unnecessarily bewildered. So this is about, what a statement it is. The capacity is increased by the service spirit. More and more we serve the Supreme Lord. The capacity, we can see in our own life, previously chanting 2 rounds was such a big problem. There was a time when we chanted 1 round, we celebrated, right? And then eventually we came to 4, 8, 12 rounds. I very distinctly remember chanting 12 rounds. And then, then Premanidhi Prabhu pushed me to 16 rounds. And that also I distinctly remember. So our capacity will increase, slowly as on when we have this service attitude. Sevan mukhehi jivvadu. Text 25. Daksho gruhita arhana sadhanottamam yajñeshwaram visvasrujam param gurum sunandananda adi anugai avritam muda grunan prapede.
Prabhuji voice poindi. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Prabhu, can I read?
Pick up.
When Lord Viṣṇu accepted the oblations offered in the sacrifice, Dakṣa the Prajapati began with great pleasure to offer respectful prayers unto him. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is actually the master of all sacrifices and preceptor of all the Prajapatis. And he is served even by such personalities as Nanda and Sunanda. Thank you, Prabhuji.
So now seeing Dakṣa, seeing Lord Viṣṇu, Dakṣa became very happy. Lord Viṣṇu accepted the oblations, and Prajapati Dakṣa, he was so pleased that this is my sacrifice. With so much of the context he knows, he has suffered himself. But still, this Yajñeshwara, Vishvasrujam, Param Gurum, is a Yajñeshwara, is a Vishvasrujam, is Param Gurum. He has accepted this. The personality who is served by Nanda and Sunanda is accepting my sacrifice, who is the master of all the Prajapatis. And Lord Dakṣa was very pleased to offer the sacrifice, and now he began his own prayers. So now next 26 to 47, we will be seeing the prayers of the different demigods. And, the devatas offering different prayers to Lord Viṣṇu. And these prayers also indicate certain things within themselves. So acharyas, when they give commentary on the prayers, they will, point out a particular, they will have their own tika. Of course, tika means criticism, but this is not from that connotation of criticism perspective, but they will just point out, look at this, what one is praying for. And that also indicates somewhere, because the literature we are reading is the Paramahamsa Samhita, that also indicates somewhere that they are not the pure devotees. Or, there is the pure devotional service is yet to reach them. Others, there is some impurity somewhere, and therefore there is some, some part of tika, criticism is there. Although they are praying to the Supreme Lord, although they are in front of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Just like we see Indra. He is a great devotee, but still he is a Sakama devotee. Right. And in Indra Puja, Govardhan Puja, we see that Indra becoming extremely angry, trying to destroy the Indra Puja and trying to destroy the Govardhan Puja. Prajavasis. So all this will be, everybody will be praying, and through prayers, they will be revealing themselves also. Although they are all great personalities, great devotees, handling great responsibilities. So there are multiple things. We have to be respectful also, and at the same time, we should be taking lessons also. Dakṣa Uvacha, text 26. Shuddham swadhamni uparita kalabaddhavastham chitmatramekavabhayam pratividhyamayam tishtantaya eva purushattvamupetya tasyam aste bhavana parishuddha ivatmatantraha. Translation.
Daksha addressed the Supreme Personality of Godhead. My dear Lord, you are transcendental to all speculative positions. You are completely spiritual, devoid of all fear, and you are always in control of the material energy. Even though you appear in the material energy, you are situated transcendentally. You are always free from material contamination because you are completely self-sufficient. Hare Krishna.
So now Daksha began to pray. And Daksha is pointing out 9 beautiful things about the Supreme Lord. That, my dear Lord, you are Shuddham, pure. You are situated in your transcendent abode, Swadhamni, and you are transcendental to all speculative positions. Completely spiritual. You are Chinmatram, one without a second, Ekam. And then you are fearless, Abhayam. You are controller of Maya, unaffected by Maya, as Purushavatara, and you are also self-sufficient, Atmatantra. So these are the 9 attributes of this is. So in the commentary, the Acharyas describe that here Daksha, although he glorified Supreme Lord, he had prayed to Lord Śiva, still somewhere, that resentment still remained some corner of Daksha's mind, which was reflected through the prayers. And he's saying that you alone are the Supreme Lord, and take the covering of the knowledge. Others taking covering of the ignorance, and bracket Lord Śiva, that he meant. Although they are playing the role of the human being, but they do not know how to act at certain situations. Daksha was remembering his own incident, and Lord Śiva not getting up without realizing Lord Śiva was actually in Samadhi. And he, in his mind, is remembering this as well. And this is how he offered this prayer. So we will conclude here and continue tomorrow. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Thank you, Prabhupada. Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhupada.
Krishna,
Thank you,
Prabhu. Small
Prabhuji.
question,
Thank you,
Prabhuji.
everyone. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, just little confused about the previous sloka, where it's mentioned that even worshipped by Nanda and Sunanda. So why would Prabhupada here bringing Nanda and Sunanda as a standard or as a referential point, referential
No.
names?
Nanda and Sunanda, they are the great personalities. And this is in the shloka, Sunanda Nanda. If you see the third line.
Okay.
So it is in
That's
the
what.
shloka
So
itself.
it's being spoken by Maitreya or to Vidura, if this discussion.
This is all part of Maitreya Uvacha.
Right. So why? I mean, why? So they're referring again Krishna's father and Krishna's elder father. Are they two completely different personalities?
No. Nanda Sunanda are not Nanda Maharaj, and no, Nanda Sunanda are Krishna's, the servitors.
Okay.
They are the Viṣṇu Dutas.
Krishna's servitors.
Yeah. So they are the Viṣṇu Dutas here more than the Nanda Maharaj. This Nanda is different.
So are they greater personalities than like Dakṣa and these people?
They are
Because they're
spiritual personalities. They are in the spiritual Vaikuntha world. So being in the Vaikuntha world, they are great personalities.
okay. Because generally when we refer to the personalities whom we all know, like Indra or Brahma, Shiva, like that. Here,
Nanda Sunanda, they are very, very well-known personalities.
Okay.
Nanda, Sunanda, Daruka, they are very well-known personalities. What to speak of that, even charioteer of, the Surya Dev, Aruna, he's also very well-known personality. There are stotras referring to them, praying to them. They have their own power, right?
Yes, Prabhuji. Okay.
Just like Kubera is a great personality, being treasurer of the demigods. You also can see, somebody, say, you have some family owning a particular business, and those who are close to family, they also become very big people because they are very close to the powerhouse. What
Yes,
happens is that then they also have a lot of power.
Yes, agree.
Got it? Na?
Yeah.
So they are close to the Supreme Lord, so they have a lot of power.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhupada. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhupada. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, Hare Krishna.